Hello students, today we are going to start new chapter sorting materials into groups, that is chapter number 4. Before moving to chapter, let us understand two basic terms, materials and objects. Materials that make up the object, but objects cannot make the material. That is the basic difference between objects and material. Now, you might think that ma'am has told us material and objects, but what is actually the meaning of it? Right? When we talk about material, anything that is used to make an object is the material. So, if I talk about this pen, so whatever the materials are required to make up this pen, that are the materials. And finally, with the help of those material, a thing that we get, that is called an object. Materials वो हैं जो हमें ऑब्जेक्ट बनाने के लिए चाहिए. जैसे आप कोई कार्ड बनाते हैं, राइट? आप कोई भी कार्ड बनाते हैं, उसके लिए आपको कलर चाहिए, पेंसिल चाहिए, लेस चाहिए, डेकोरेटिव मटेरियल चाहिए. दैट इज ऑल अब मटेरियल. वो सब क्या है? मटेरियल. फाइनली जो आपका कार्ड रेडी हो जाता है, दैट इज कॉल्ड अ ऑब्जेक्ट. ओके, सो इफ आई टॉक अबाउट मटेरियल that make up the object, so it can be wood, plastic or glass and many more. Whenever we talk about object, we have more than one material that can together come and make an object, right? अभी हमने बात की कार्ड की. जब बहुत सारे मटेरियल्स, एक या एक से ज्यादा मटेरियल को जब हम कलेक्टिवली कंबाइन कर देते हैं, तो कोई ना कोई हम ऑब्जेक्ट उससे क्रिएट करते हैं, राइट? Yes students, these are very basic term, so I'm taking this before moving to the chapter. Now when we talk about material, how do we understand the basic properties of material? To understand the basic property is very important. जब तक हमें प्रॉपर्टीज नहीं पता होंगी, we cannot sort the materials into different groups. Okay, once you understand this, you would be able to sort out different materials into different groups. For example, you can see this table here in your book. I can sort out the objects that are made up of wood. Okay, we can sort out the objects that are made up of paper. We can sort out the objects that are made up of plastic. We can sort out the objects that are made up of leather. Okay, so if we know the properties, then we can differentiate different materials, different objects into different groups. Okay, yes, fine students. I think यहाँ तक आपको क्लियर हो गया कि मटेरियल और ऑब्जेक्ट में क्या डिफरेंस है, और कुछ प्रॉपर्टीज के बेसिस पे हम लोग ग्रुप्स में कैसे डिवाइड करेंगे. एज वी मूव फर्दर इन द चैप्टर, विल सी द प्रॉपर्टीज ऑफ these materials. Now importance of classification. Classification की importance क्या है? Why we talk about the classification? You can see a library here, figure 4.2. If you have to search a book or a novel, then you can easily find out. What is the reason behind it? Because we organized all the books according to subjects, according to writers. Okay. On the other hand, you have seen a clothes shop. Many times you visited a clothes shop, either a gent shop or a lady shop, where clothes are organized, and if a person order another one, that I want to see the silk cloth, it's very easy to find it out, and according to the range, according to the colors, according to the variety in silk, they show you very easily because they organize their clothes in a well mannered way. It can be according to various colors, it can be according to various shapes, it can be according to clothing we can say about shapes, like if it is ready made, then they can arrange it 4 to 7 years, like adults, like teenagers. Okay, they can arrange like in this way. In a chemist shop also you have seen many times the medicines are organized according to their names and uses. So it is very easy to take it out when you tell them you need this medicine. So this is basically an idea about the objects, how they can be arranged in the same group or in different groups. So on the other hand, I can separate all the objects that are transparent. This is the classification that we have read it. It's a kind of one classification. On the other hand, I can separate all the objects that are transparent, translucent and opaque. The idea basically right now is that we can discriminate the different groups of different materials based on various characteristics. हम कैसे इनको क्लासिफाई करते हैं इनकी वेरियस कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स के बेसिस पे. सपोज these are made up of wood, then I can arrange it or I can organize it in a section of wooden. I can arrange these all utensils according to the metals or bus, cycle, drums, whatever the things, the objects that are made of metal, I will make another section for them. The objects that are made up of plastic, definitely I'll arrange it according to the plastic section. Next is leather section, clothes, jackets, purses, all are made up of leather. So I'll organize in leather section. Next is books, notebooks. So I'll organize them in another section that are all made up, that objects are made up of paper. So I think it's clear to you different materials and object how they can be organized, right? Because the idea basically behind this is we can discriminate different groups of different materials based on different characteristics, and these characteristics could be the shape, size, color that are used or material they are made up of. The next topic is the properties of material and their classification. We would understand basically apply how different materials can be grouped based on their properties. So first property is appearance. You can see here on page number 31. Appearance is it can be dull or it can be shiny, right? I'm having two objects here. See, this is a pen and you can see its shining surface. So I can say it's lustrous, yes? Okay. Now I'm having another object that is griddle, जिसे हम तवा भी कहते हैं. You can see, is it lustrous? No, it's a dull surface. Okay, it's a dull surface, so I can say it's non-lustrous. We can have different metals like zinc, copper and many more. So if I say on the other hand, we have different materials that do not shine. Like you can see this sharpener, it's not shining. But you can see this bangle is shining. It's made up of metal and it's shining. You can see here. Are you able to see? Yes? So it is lustrous. The objects that are non-lustrous, it can be lustrous unless and until we have an external mix that has been done there. जब तक हम कुछ में एक्सटर्नली हम कुछ मिक्स नहीं कर देंगे लाइक पॉलिशिंग एंड एटसेट्रा, अगर हम नहीं कर देते तब तक वो नॉन लस्ट्रस ही रहेगा. सो वन इम्पॉर्टेंट थिंग और इंटरेस्टिंग थिंग दैट आई कैन से फ्रॉम हियर, metals that are non-lustrous can be made lustrous. मेटल्स जो नॉन लस्ट्रस उनको लस्ट्रस बनाया जा सकता है. हाउ? बाय पॉलिशिंग दैम, रिफाइनिंग दैम, राइट. आई होप यू ऑल हैव सीन सैंड पेपर. सैंड पेपर देखा है आपने? इफ यू रब जिंक और कॉपर दैट हैज कॉरोडेड, जिसपे जंग लग चुकी है, अगर आप उनको सैंड पेपर से रब करेंगे देन यू विल गेट द सरफेस दैट वुड बी शाइनी. आपको शाइनिंग सरफेस मिल जाएगा उसका. क्लियर है दिस अपीयरेंस? आई होप नाउ इट्स क्लियर टू यू. नाउ द नेक्स्ट इज हार्डनेस. The materials that can be grouped are soft or hard materials. Now what we are reading about hardness. What kind of material we can say that they are hard or soft? I am having two objects here. You can see one is I am having this power bank and another is I am having this sponge. If I try to compress it, it cannot compress. So I can say it is hard. If I try to compress this sponge, it compresses. You can see it compresses. Then it means it is soft. So again there is a big confusion for the students that we'll try to remove right now. एक क्या कंफ्यूजन है स्टूडेंट्स को, जाकर इस चीज को अगर हम कंप्रेशन या स्पॉन्ज की हमने बात की है, कंप्रेशन वर्ड को लेके हमने पावर बैंक एंड स्पॉन्ज को मैंने आपको शो किया. एक उसमें से हमने चेक किया कि दैट वाज हार्ड एंड वन वाज सॉफ्ट. तो व्हाट इज द कंफ्यूजन दैट कम्स इन स्टूडेंट्स माइंड? मोस्ट ऑफ द स्टूडेंट कंसिडर मेटल्स आर नॉन फ्लेक्सिबल. जैसे मोस्ट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स क्या कंसिडर करते हैं कि मेटल्स तो नॉन फ्लेक्सिबल होते हैं. ठीक है, नॉन फ्लेक्सिबल मीन्स इनको हम बेंड नहीं कर सकते. फ्लेक्सिबिलिटी की जहां बात आती है वी यूज द वर्ड बेंड. ओके, अगेन आई एम हैविंग एन एग्जांपल ऑफ टोंग. सी, इफ आई ट्राई व्हाट आई एम डूइंग, सी दिस टोंग, चिमटा जिसे आप कहते हैं. व्हाट आई एम डूइंग हियर राइट नाउ? Can you tell me? If I try to bend it, it bends. अगर मैं इसको बेंड करने की ट्राई कर रही हूँ तो ये बेंड हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है, राइट? ऑन द अदर हैंड, इफ आई ट्राई टू बेंड this glass, I'm having this glass, if I try to bend it, am I able to bend it? No, ये नहीं बेंड हो रहा है. You might find कि what is inside the glass, that is the next topic that I will tell you later. But first of all, you see here, हम क्या बात कर रहे हैं कि बेंड हो रहा है या नहीं हो रहा है? नहीं हो रहा है, ये ग्लास नहीं हो रहा है ना. So it means we can say that metals are flexible and plastics are rigid. Clear? So we can say that like metals are flexible and plastics are rigid. Now we can differentiate hardness in terms of flexible and rigid. Clear? You can write the terms here, flexible and rigid, for your remembrance. Okay, flexible and rigid. Flexible that can bend and rigid that cannot bend. Clear? If I try to give you more example, say let's take an example of scale. If I take plastic scale, then if I take plastic scale and it would break off if I see, I'm having this plastic scale, I show you. See this, I'm having this plastic scale. If I try to bend it, it will not bend. If I try to bend it forcefully, that it would break off. ये टूट जाएगा. अगर मैं forcefully इसको bend करूंगी तो वो टूट जाएगा. और जो टूट जाती है that is not flexible. वो हम forcefully उसको bend कर रहे हैं. ठीक. However, if I take that metal scale, अगर मैं दूसरा scale लेती हूँ, तो what would happen? It would bend. वो bend हो जाएगा. Therefore, we can say that metal is flexible and plastic scale would be rigid. Clear, students? Now the next one is hardness. Differentiation is written here in your book on page number 32. Hardness. Soft material, soft to touch and easy to compress. That we have discussed. Hard to touch and difficult to compress. हमने पावर बैंक का एग्जाम्पल लिया था कि हमारा हार्ड है टच करना और इसको हम कंप्रेस भी नहीं कर सकते. राइट. कैन बी इजिली मोल्डेड बाय हैंड इनटू वेरियस शेप्स. वेरियस शेप्स में हम इजिली मोल्ड कर सकते हैं. लाइक आई हैव स्पॉन्ज हेयर, तो मैं इसको डिफरेंट शेप्स में इस तरह से जैसे मर्जी चाहूँ मोल्ड कर सकती हूँ. लाइक I have made this spoon form. Like I can make a bowl from this, right? So I can mold it in different shapes, but it cannot be easily molded into any shape. However, some become soft on heating and then they can be molded. अगर उनको आपको फिर भी वैसे तो जो आपके हार्ड मटेरियल्स होते हैं they cannot mold. फिर भी अगर आपको मोल्ड करना है, कुछ ऐसे भी होते हैं जिनको आप हीटअप करते हैं तो वो मोल्ड किए जा सकते हैं. क्लियर है. जैसे गोल्ड है, गोल्ड शीट है, जब हम उसको बहुत ज्यादा हीटअप करते हैं तो डिफरेंट शेप्स का हम गोल्ड ज्वेलरी फॉर्म करते हैं. बीइंग सॉफ्ट दीज मटेरियल्स कैन बी इजिली स्क्रैच्ड. सॉफ्ट होने की वजह से इसमें स्क्रैच भी जल्दी आ जाते हैं. नॉट इजी टू स्क्रैच देम, अ पॉइंटेड हार्ड ऑब्जेक्ट इज नीडेड. ठीक है. स्क्रैच डालने के लिए क्या चाहिए? एक पॉइंटेड ऑब्जेक्ट की जरूरत होती है. कैन बी पाउडर्ड इजिली इफ दे आर इन सॉलिड फॉर्म. लाइक चॉक जो है हम उसको इजिली पाउडर फॉर्म में कन्वर्ट कर सकते हैं बाय क्रशिंग इट. कैन नॉट बी पाउडर्ड इजिली. एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ सॉफ्ट मटेरियल्स आर स्पॉन्ज, चॉक, क्ले, प्लास्टिसिन, वैक्स, कॉटन, सम टाइप ऑफ प्लास्टिक्स. नाउ हार्ड मटेरियल्स, metals like iron, aluminium, steel, gold, silver, wood, diamond. And we have discussed all these points. Diamond is the hardest material known on earth. That you need to remember. सबसे hard material कौन सा है आपका? Yes, that is diamond. Clear, students? Now, the next topic is soluble and insoluble materials. Soluble materials, आपको नेम से भी पता लग रहा है. soluble क्या है? जो वाटर में मिक्स हो जाए, that are soluble. जो वाटर में मिक्स नहीं हो पाते, they are insoluble. Clear? When we add sugar to water, it completely disappears. And when we add sand to water, it does not disappear. आपने जब आप लोग प्ले करते हैं, आपने खेल में प्रोजेक्ट्स भी बनाए होंगे या आपने कभी चेक भी किया होगा. जब हम गार्डनिंग करते हैं, अगर हम लोग शुगर में वाटर मिक्स करते हैं तो वो अच्छे से मिक्स हो जाएगा. सॉल्युबल, दैट इज सॉल्युबल. अगर सैंड को हम वाटर में मिक्स करते हैं, दैट इट डज नॉट डिसअपियर. वो सेपरेट आउट हो जाएगा, मिक्स नहीं होगा आपस में वाटर और सैंड. The sugar disappears because it is soluble in water, but sand does not disappear because it is soluble in water. On the basis of the solubility of the materials in water, they are classified as soluble and insoluble materials. Clear, students? Now we will see here. So first of all, here is solubility on water. Before that, an activity is given that we are going to perform. Solubility in water. यहाँ I will show you. See here. See this glass. Yes, yeah. Check this glass. Are you able to see it? जो नीचे वाली लेयर है, this one, I have added water and sugar. Sugar dissolves in water. That's why you can see this layer. I have put few drops of oil, but it is not mixed up with water. So you can see a separate layer of oil above this layer. Are you able to see? There are two layers. One is sugar and water. They get mixed up with, and sugar is soluble in water, that we can see from here, but oil is not dissolved, so we can say oil is insoluble with water. Clear? Is it clear to you, students? Okay, now back onto the topic. On page number 32, this was your activity that I show it to you through this sugar, water and oil. Now solubility in water. They completely disappear and dissolve in water. Soluble materials क्या होंगे? वो बिल्कुल disappear हो जाएंगे, या हम कह सकते हैं dissolve हो जाएंगे water में. They are called soluble materials. They cannot be separately in water. वो अलग से नजर नहीं आएंगे like sand and oil. Now see, insoluble materials, they do not disappear or dissolve in water. Sand water में soluble नहीं है. They settle down or float in water, can be seen separately. या तो वो सेटल डाउन हो जाएंगे या वो फ्लोट करेंगे ऊपर की तरफ, जिसको हम क्लियरली देख सकते हैं कि these are the parts which are not mixed up with. So examples are sand, dust, chalk powder, plastic, glass, paper, wax, etc. Okay students, now moving on. Next is your miscible and immiscible materials. They are also a part of this solubility. You can see here. These terms, miscible and immiscible, are used for liquids which are soluble or insoluble in water. जो हमने पहले solubility पढ़ा है, that was solubility of solids in water. Now this is solubility of liquids in water. When you add lemon juice to water, जब हम लेमन जूस ऐड करते हैं वाटर में, या जैसे हमने शुगर ऐड किया, दैट आई शो यू, इट कम्प्लीटली डिसअपियर्स और डिजॉल्व्स, और अच्छे से डिजॉल्व हो गए. व्हाई? बिकॉज इट इज सॉल्युबल इन वाटर. हेंस वी कैन से दैट लेमन जूस इज मिसिबल इन वाटर. तो हम ये कह सकते हैं कि लेमन जूस या फिर शुगर दैट आर मिसिबल इन वाटर, कि वो डिजॉल्व हो सकते हैं. Sugar that is soluble in water but that is solid, and lemon juice that is liquid. Okay, so we are calling it miscible. But if you put few drops of mustard oil in water, you can see the mustard oil distinctly floating on top of water. That I show it to you कि जो आपकी मस्टर्ड ऑयल अगर आप वाटर में डालते हैं, कि because it's not dissolved in water, that's why you are able to see that mustard oil is floating on top of water. So it is called immiscible in water. Clear students? Now see the difference here. Liquids that are soluble in water. देखिए बार बार वही बात कही जा रही है, सिर्फ डिफरेंस क्या है, पहले हम सॉलिड्स की बात कर रहे थे, अब हम लिक्विड्स की बात कर रहे हैं. बट सॉल्युबल एंड इनसॉल्युबल, वो हर केस में उसका मीनिंग सेम रहेगा. सिर्फ आपको इतनी सी बात ध्यान रखनी है. ओके स्टूडेंट्स, liquids that are insoluble in water, example is mustard oil that I have showed to you by putting few drops of oil in that water. Liquids mix well and completely disappear in water like lemon juice. Liquids do not mix and are visible as separate liquids like oil. Liquids and water appear as one liquid. ठीक है, मिक्स होने के बाद, डिजोल्व होने के बाद आप ये नहीं कह सकते कि आपने इसके अंदर क्या मिक्स किया था. दैट इज कॉल्ड सॉल्युबल, डिजोल्व हो जाना. लिक्विड एंड वाटर फॉर्म डिस्टिंक्ट लेयर्स, अलग अलग लेयर्स फॉर्म हो जाती हैं. फॉर लाइक मस्टर्ड ऑयल, again and again I'm taking mustard oil here, and in your book also mustard oil is taken. We have already studied the solubility of solids and liquids in water. Now let us understand about solubility of gases. Solubility of solids that we have read, solubility of liquids that we have read. Now what we are reading, solubility of gases in water. Do gases dissolve in water? Have you ever thought that gases dissolve in water? आप में से किसी को स्विमिंग आती है? या have you ever thought the plants which live in water, how they breathe? प्लांट्स क्या है, कार्बन डाइऑक्साइड लेते हैं एंड ऑक्सीजन छोड़ते हैं. ठीक है, तो फोटोसिंथेसिस का प्रोसेस जो है वो वहां पे कैसे पॉसिबल हो पाते हैं? हैव यू एवर थॉट अबाउट इट? फिशेज हैं, फिशेज रहती है वाटर में. ठीक है, आई एम गिविंग दिस क्वेश्चन टू यू, यू हैव टू थिंक ओवर इट. जो फिशेज वाटर में रहती हैं या ह्यूमन बीइंग जब हम वाटर में डाइव करने जाते हैं तो क्या होता है, मास्क, ऑक्सीजन मास्क लेके जाते हैं साथ में. तो फिशेज जो वाटर में रहते हैं, हाउ दे ब्रीथ, व्हाट इज द प्रोसेस, और व्हाट इज द, यू कैन से, व्हाट इज दैट टर्म और व्हाट इज दैट वर्ड that I want to ask from you. I'm talking about how they are able to breathe. There are some gases that dissolve in water while some do not dissolve in water. When we say dissolve, we mean they are soluble in water. Again and again we are reading this and we are interrelating these two words, dissolve and soluble. Now oxygen gas is slightly soluble in water. This property is very important as the plants and animals that live in water takes this oxygen from water for breathing. I think you get your answer if you are understanding something what I want to say. I'm not going to explain this, I'm just reading it, because if I make you understand this, so you will get the answer directly. So please, I'm just reading it, just observe this so that your observation skills can also be increased. Carbon dioxide is also slightly soluble in water. The plants that live in water take in dissolved carbon dioxide from water and use it for photosynthesis, a process by which they prepare their food. And there are some gases like nitrogen and helium are insoluble in water. So you can write here as your homework that you need to understand what kind of gases dissolve in water and how fish is able to breathe. Okay, I'll ask you in next class. Okay, so thank you students. You have to read till page number 33 till this topic, do gases dissolve in water. So please read it carefully, mark it. Wherever you feel any problem, you can ask. Thank you so much. Bye-bye. Take care.